Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have some very interesting sonnets for you today. But first, I would like to ask, do you know where your soul is going to spend eternity? Because I am here to talk to you about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And now that all the fucking tools are gone, I want to welcome you,
Perils of the Warp.
our Warhammer podcast. Not 40K, not Age of Sigmar, but all Warhammer. We are all inclusive here.
Sort of.
Sort of, except for those Christians that you just scared off.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
You see, not as inclusive as you thought.
No Canadians either.
It's
Hey, fuck you, buddy. I like Canadians.
Except for mini
2018.
wargaming. They're cool.
It's 2018, as that one comment said.
Yeah, we're still berating him.
Those kinds of jokes aren't funny anymore, guys.
I beg to differ. All right.
You know what? I said the word sonnet thinking I was talking about like classical music, but I think a sonnet's like a poem type thing, maybe?
I believe so.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Don't worry about it. We'll fix that in editing. We're not going to fix it in editing.
Oh man, I'm gonna look like a dumbass.
Yeah, well, that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. All right, well, you want to introduce us?
Yeah. We're just a group of fat people. Onward with the show.
All right, my name's Roman.
Adeptus Silly-Namus.
There you go.
I'm John.
All right. Well, it's been a while since we've gathered at the campfire.
Actually, it's probably the soonest we ever gathered up.
Yeah.
It's not the full 2 weeks.
Yeah. We're gonna give you a little sneak peek behind the curtain. We might have to start recording this a few days before it's actually released, which shouldn't be a problem. But there might be some like big news that we just don't know. We'll figure that out.
I'll say something different on that. It seems that the news happens, and then we probably won't get to it at least 3 to 4 days later.
Okay.
So I think maybe if we moved it back, we might be able to strike while the iron's still a little lukewarm, not cold.
Not fucking ice cold.
Probably when like all that what is it the Adepticon or whatever?
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, like when all the big stuff was hitting, I think we finally got to it like
a week later.
To the point where we forgot
They're like,
about all the big stuff.
It's true.
When you go on YouTube, it's like dudes hit on this like an hour. We got the biggest news for you.
Well,
We're like that dog who keeps missing the food.
Yeah, exactly. We're not.
He's adorable. I hate dogs, but he's adorable.
He is adorable. Oh man, I've been fucking stuck on that the subreddit, the subreddit all.
Oh, where's everything?
Yeah, it's like all like adorable shit.
They're like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant all. I was like, so.
No.
it's just like a
Aw.
lot of puppies.
Yeah, it's a lot of puppies. It's a lot of kittens.
Yeah.
There's some humans there. I don't really pay attention. I downvote those. But when it comes to cute little puppies and cute little kittens, I'm all for it.
I got close to that one. This is like far from Warhammer talk, but
Fuck it, don't matter.
It's the R, I think, like intense deaths, but each letter is one capitalized, one lowercase, one capitalized, and just like cute animals, like kissing each other, or, like biting something. It's like graphic gore. Watch this pit bull tear apart this baby, and it's like a pit bull like licking a baby.
Ah man, we're so far from Grimdark right now.
Yeah, we're very far.
Fuck it, doesn't even matter.
Hopefully, when those Warhammer Adventures come out, I hope we cover those.
Oh god, I'm gonna be the first one to buy them.
Oh, yeah.
Our episode that week will just be us reading.
Exactly.
Ooh,
It's just gonna be a silent episode with just going, huh. That's cool.
Reading to ourselves.
Exactly.
I meant out loud, but fuck it. If we're gonna be controversial, we might as well fucking go full swing.
I was hoping we'll read them out loud, but we'll do it in those Warhammer voices like that one guy.
Oh yeah.
Samus is here.
Oh man. All right. Well, just so you know, we're probably gonna start recording a few days before it's released. So if we miss any news, bear
We'll
with
get to
us.
it a week later.
We'll get to it 2 weeks later, like we usually do. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Thanks for
But
listening.
thank you for listening. But when it comes to actually jumping onto that, have you been seeing like some of the posts about those Warhammer adventures on Twitter? There's the one of the guys that was hired to do this has been getting like fucking death threats from people.
Really?
Yeah, and people are like, he puts like in his. I wish I could bring it up. I don't even remember what it is, but he's just like, I'm getting threats to die of horrible diseases, just for writing a kid's book on a property that you like. Like, I just got hired to do this. Like, it's not even a fucking big deal. But all you fucking neckbearders are fucking, I don't like fucking kids. You don't like kids because you can't have them because you're fucking unfuckable.
The thing.
Oh, that's what I say.
Oh, and they're just like, is that what he said? That's awesome.
Yeah, no.
Like, we were just talking in the kitchen while we were stuffing our fat faces before the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about how, like, changes to the game would make people just lose their fucking minds with rage.
Yeah.
Like the whole extra command point debacle. We just had that whole conversation like 30 minutes ago. And I'm not going to go into that conversation, but
I mean,
there's
it's the same
things change and people get mad.
Yeah.
Nerds specifically get mad. Not just nerds, dude. Like,
Fanboys.
yeah, fanboys. Because today I was at work and I was cutting with this guy we call homie because he calls everybody homie, so we call him homie.
Okay.
And
We don't know his name.
so like Kawhi Leonard is leaving the Spurs, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know anything about sports.
And
So he's like fuck Kawhi Leonard. Oh, because I brought it up. I was like, oh, I heard y'all were losing Kawhi Leonard. He's like, fuck Kawhi Leonard. Fuck that fucking pussy. Like, he just goes off. He's like, I threw away my fucking Kawhi Leonard jersey. That thing was like $47. Because I threw it away already. Fuck that Nick. Pussy.
There was a black guy like right next to him when he was saying that. John wasn't saying that. It was that other guy.
No, I was trying not to say the N-word on our podcast.
Yeah, you should probably stay away from that.
Yeah.
But it's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
You explained the
Right.
story.
So
I get it. Don't worry
he
about
threw away a $50 jersey because this guy left his favorite team, and he's not a nerd. He's a fanboy. That's all fanboys fucking get.
Yeah.
When shit changes with things that they like.
yeah.
Okay, I've lived through this my entire life, being a nerd, on one platform or another. Whether it's gaming or Magic the Gathering or now 40K. But the thing I don't understand. If you're so mad about this book, don't read the book.
Yeah,
I don't understand why you have to be so mad about it.
I agree.
Why you got to be mad? It's just game.
Like, do you know how many Warhammer books there are? How many of you have actually read all of them?
Yeah.
Just don't fucking read it.
Yeah, and I think, well, I come from a different place of that because, my friends know this, but maybe some of the listeners wouldn't know, is that I was a big fighting game player. I used to go to tournaments and things like that. And, now they're starting to do a lot of, with, like, updates. They call them patches. I'm pretty sure you know that. I'm not going to try to insult your intelligence, listener. But they have a lot of patches. They update characters or they nerf them, what have you. But I come from a place where it's just like, okay, I like that character, let me adapt. Like, I can't do that one thing anymore, or, it's a combination of things I can't do. Let me try to figure a way to, because I still like this character, let me try to work with it. You know what I mean? So I come from that kind of background. But then there's things like with comics where I'm like, I wish they wouldn't fucking do that. But in the end, I'm just like, yeah, they're fucking doing it. I don't care. Like, it's just, I don't understand. I understand your passion for something like Warhammer, because I'm passionate about that. We wouldn't be doing a podcast if we weren't passionate about it.
Yeah.
So, but why do you have to get angry about that kind of shit? And why are you sending death threats to people?
That's another thing too.
That's
like,
fucking stupid. I don't know, but I'm gonna look that up and I'm gonna follow that guy. I'm gonna try to
give him positive. Threats.
Yeah,
I'm
like
threaten him with positivity.
yeah, like you can do it, champ, and if you don't, it's all right.
I believe in you.
We all fall, don't we?
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day.
Some of us fall. We just lay there.
Yeah, I totally lay there.
If you do do your best, I'll fucking slit my wrist. Now that's a positive threat.
There you go.
Oh my god, I'm gonna do my best. This guy's gonna hurt himself. He thinks I'm doing good.
Hey, I don't give a fuck. You can tell like on that podcast when it was first announced, I was like, I'm fucking in. I like to see different things.
When it first came up, I was pumped. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, this is gonna be fun.
Fucking let's do it. Show me another way how to enjoy the grimdark.
This is gonna be the equivalent of Warhammer. Muppet Baby style.
Oh god, I want that so bad. Fucking
Exactly.
little Horace Axeman is fucking
Yeah.
a zygote. Alright. Oh, speaking of Warhammer books, I was just listening to Nemesis. I still haven't finished it. I'm probably, I still have another hour to go in that. It's another chapter. Ooh, boy. That was a slog. I was telling John that it doesn't get interesting until the last 5 chapters.
Okay.
Pages. No, it doesn't get interesting until the last 5. And there's stuff that keeps you going, but it's my God, I don't give a fuck about this brother-sister combo. Whatever. There's a whole bunch of different.
So what's going on in the book?
Is it like a Lannister brother-sister combo?
No, they don't fuck each other. So the whole thing about it is that it deals with the Assassinorum.
Okay.
All the different assassins.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds interesting.
Sounds very interesting.
It does.
The first chapter or the prologue is the 2 people from the Sons of Horus and Erebus, asshole Erebus that we all know and love. I'm evil. He's Skeletor. It's all he is. That's why everybody hates him.
I have a dinner date with Horus.
But the whole it starts off they find an assassin that's trying to get to Horus.
Okay.
And they end up killing him. But then Erebus is oh, since they're using spies, we can use spies. And it starts
So they didn't think of that before?
apparently. But that.
Play by the rules.
Well, that's the way it seems. As you go later into the book, you find out Erebus has a pretty big part to do with that sort of thing. But it jumps to this investigation of these just humans on this planet,
Okay.
right? And it jumps to an investigation of a murder. They're
Okay.
we've never seen something this gruesome. So they're starting to feed you breadcrumbs. And then it gets interesting again. So it lulls so much. It goes all right, you're fucking.
Are they doing the detective work as you're reading? So you're.
Yes.
It's not like an episode of CSI where it's we found DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's do the DNA stuff. We'll just put music back.
Yeah, exactly.
So it lulls you into it, but they're just we got DNA.
Mm-hmm.
First I got to do some paperwork. We'll send it out. Come in the next business days. Before that comes out, while that's going out, we'll go and look at some background checks. So come with us.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take you to the back.
You're describing this book to a T. This is what and then it jumps to him being a drunk and his wife hated him because he's not around because he's investigating this murder and his son's he's missing imported son events and it's just oh man, I really don't care about this in the grim dark. This is regular dark for me. I don't want to deal with this now.
I call that life.
I'm surprised. I didn't really think citizens really got a chance to live life. I thought they were just dying by the drove.
Exactly, but it turns out there's this planet. You later find out that this was one of the first planets that Horus had actually pulled into the Imperium.
Okay.
That he had what is it? He had turned the world compliant.
Okay.
In air quotes. He just kills people until they give up. So that was the whole thing. It starts going. There's you actually find out who's behind the murders, and it's sort of Erebus.
God damn.
It's someone that serves Erebus.
Okay.
It turns out that it's this secret project that the Emperor was working on, but they locked him away, and then Erebus fucking finds him. He he's tainted with the warp, that thing. So like he's a shapeshifter. So all he has to do is like get some DNA from you, like eat you or something, and then
Is you.
he is you. Eventually,
Does
he's
that work with Astartes?
sort of, not really. He's not doing that. That's not his mission. His whole mission is like he has to kill the Emperor. Like that's his main mission. But you're not getting that because he goes to this planet. He starts like the guys that are investigating. They start. He starts impersonating them so he can get closer. Eventually, and this is where it starts getting really good. You're like, okay, while that's happening, the Imperium's like, okay, we're getting all these fucking assassins together, and we're gonna go kill Horus. Like y'all are gonna have to do this. So like on this planet, there's already unrest. Like they've already said that they're going with Horus. So like they continue to like feed a civil war, and in this civil war, like Horus is so fucking pissed that he comes down to the planet. He's like, you motherfuckers. Later, as it goes on, the assassins kill Horus. Or what you think is Horus.
Yeah,
It's somebody that's playing Horus basically. And because they destroyed him, Horus is like, all right, I'm sending down fucking my sons. They're just gonna burn this fucking place down. I don't care about this plan anymore. So they're starting to do that. This demon fucking thing that's trying to kill the Emperor is trying to get something. You find out that it's like a droplet of the fucking Emperor's blood, and he actually drinks it. So now he can like impersonate the Emperor. Now he's trying to get Chitera. So like all this stuff is happening, but it doesn't start happening until like the last third of the book, because you're like the first third you're dealing with like, oh, like this murder's happening and somebody's investigating it, and then going to his home and like doing that, and then you're like flip flopping between that and this group of assassins, like this ragamuffin group, the Muppet Babies of Assassinorum, and you'd find out that like two of them are brother and sister, and then that they have like a rift between them because they decided to go two different ways when their parents were murdered, and like it's just like the shit that I don't care about. But like once it starts to get in like that, like those last 5 chapters, they're like, I'm fucking in, baby. Shit's starting to go pear shaped. Let's do this. So like I started listening to it a lot while I was at work and while I was painting. But oof, man, I'm telling you that it's rough for like the first half of that book. Like the first half of the book, I was completely uninterested. And hey, if you have a different opinion, put it in the comments below. If you're listening to this on YouTube, if you're listening to this on any other, SoundCloud, iTunes, any of that, don't forget to leave us a little review. But just let us know in the comments. Email us, because we always like emails at citypod88@gmail.com, and in the subject put just 40K. Tell me what you think about Nemesis, because I thought it was pretty boring up until like the last half of the book. But
you still gotta finish it though.
I still have to finish it, and it's starting to get real fucking ugly now. So
Okay.
it's starting to get good. My problem is I have 4 credits on Audible right now. The next book is The First Heretic, which I hear is fucking amazing. I keep hearing from everybody it's amazing. It's not on Audible. So that means I'd have to go to the Black Library app and pay $30 to listen to that book.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Just buy the $10 book and read it, you lazy bitch.
I'm painting at work when I should probably be working. If you don't understand, I just have a lot of downtime at work, so I can paint in my car, and that's where I listen to these books. So reading, it's between reading where, I'm a slow reader. I'm dumb. I get it. Or I listen to it. I'm absorbing it while I'm painting a model. So what sounds better, people? Come on.
Like, I want to do what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, we'll see. I'll probably just spend those $30 right now. But enough about book club. All right. So, last episode, we knew that the Knights were going on pre-order. They are now out.
The Knights are here.
They're here. They're
Fabulous.
They're
Are they fabulous though?
they're
Yes.
they're here. They're Christorious. Get used to it. Um,
Also, what recently came out is the battle foam specifically made for the knights.
that's a thing. Oh, of course, yeah. Battlefoam just does custom things. I got it. All right, no problem. Oof, I don't sound it wet. Okay, so knights are there. I'm in the middle of painting my dream knight.
Is this a little bit of hobby progress right now?
Yeah, we should just go into hobby progress.
Okay,
'Cause-
just go for it. Yours is probably the most. It's the most relevant and probably the most done. Of the
Ye-
group.
Yes, okay. So knights are coming out. I had primed my knight probably a little before last episode because John wants to play a game. He says, "Go ahead and bring a knight. Can you get it up and ready?" I was like, "Yeah, I just got to magnetize a few things." Did that. He brought a Bane Blade that game. And for those people that say Bane Blades ain't good, you're completely wrong.
Which was John at the time.
Yeah, John was like, "It's not that scary. Like, as soon as you fucking, like, hit it with a fucking macaroni, it'll fucking die." And I was like, "It's not gonna happen."
I was wrong.
It was wrong because
Apologize.
he bracketed it to like he bracketed it in one turn where I was like, okay, that's useless now. But that same night, I was like, you know what? I gotta fucking bite the bullet. I gotta start painting this thing because if I don't, I'm gonna fucking really regret this. Especially now that we have all this Night Codex, all this juicy goodness that I've been wanting to do. Turns out the colors that I really love. I really love Sotek Green. It's a fucking awesome bright teal. Fucking love it. And I've been also like, I want white. Right? Like I've been wanting to get better at painting white. Turns out I've realized this as I'm painting a few of the little armor plates for my knights.
And by the way, looking
Looking good.
looking really good right now.
I'll be honest.
If you could put up progress pics of this as you've been showing to us, really good right now.
I don't know why I don't do that. I should probably do that on my Instagram because my Instagram's not getting I might as well. All right, so I'm gonna plug my Instagram.
Or put on the Red Star page too.
I probably should do that as well. But if you want to see progress pics of my night, go ahead and go to Instagram. I believe it's Romantics88. Just exactly how it is. Go ahead and check that out. And
Put it in the description.
Yeah, I'll give it to our editor to put in there. But yeah, if you want to see some progress pics on that night. But I realized while I was painting it, and I realized it today, I was like, these are Charlotte Hornets colors. All I need is just a little bit of purple, and like it's a Charlotte Hornet.
Yeah.
So me and Mark here were talking about it. His girlfriend does a little bit of knitting, and he was gonna say like, maybe I could ask her to make it a jersey. And I was like, if you fucking do that,
we'll throw it on it. We'll go as far as if you can do some freehand, put some decals on there.
Yeah, I was gonna do some I was gonna try my hand at freehand and put the actual logo, the Hornet.
Maybe we'll do some more green stuff work.
Mm-hmm.
Give you like a magnetized like Charlotte bug head. And I was like, and you gotta put one more magnet on the fucking glove, like on the fist.
Yeah.
We'll get a basketball for it.
So he's palming the basketball.
Also told him this is now the start of your fanfic Space Marine chapter.
Yeah, exactly.
Charlotte Hornets.
The Charlatan Hornets.
The Charlatan Hornets.
Hey, Fantasy has Blood Bowl. 40K has basketball.
That would be fucking awesome. But a spike.
That's the that's the Renegade box now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like two Imperial Knights, 1-on-1 hoops.
Oh, what it is like it's like a little mat, and it has like the two, it has the two baskets up. You place the knights, and they can move like D3 inches for defense, and then you have like one of those little springs, and it has a little ball that you just try to shoot into the hoop.
I had those as a kid. You use templates too.
There you go, boom.
Use your old templates.
All right, TM. I'm fucking making this. I'm making this rule set. All right, but yeah, that's mostly what I've been doing. I finished my little 750 points of Sigmarites. For AOS, all I'm doing is just doing some bases, and I've kind of flip flopped on what I wanted to do. What I originally wanted to do was just make like the leaders are standing on rocks, like little rocks. It's covered in some sand, as I'm actually using sand. The only thing is that when I'm like you have to paint it, or else it just kind of falls off because it needs like an extra layer. And I painted it brown. I painted one brown as a test, and I was like, these just look like my other bases for my Dark Angels.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to paint them black, and the sand is gonna be black now. I'm gonna paint some gray so it looks like gravel.
Okay.
I'm going to put some. I'm gonna get some like dead grass tufts. I'm gonna put them on there. I'm gonna put because I also have little flowers that I want to use as well. I'm gonna place little flowers in the dead grass, like the grass is dying before the little flower, and then I'm gonna fucking snow base it.
Okay.
I'm building up layers for my whole base here. So I thought of some lore.
I gotta look at it because it sounds like a lot.
It sounds like a lot, and that's what I'm saying. Like maybe I'll just do like the gravel with the rock that they're standing on, and then I'll just start putting the snow on there. Okay. So it looks like it's snowing like in a dead, like desolate kind of plain. So I might do that instead.
Okay.
Because if you're right, the flowers might seem a little out of place. You're probably right there.
It's fantasy, so
you but like it's true.
But what I'm saying is like you got gravel, dead grass, flowers, and snow.
Yeah.
It's hard for me. Like flowers and snow seem like they're combating each other.
Yeah.
I can see the dead grass one. Like especially if it's I could kind of see that. Like
it'd be like a tundra or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see like the falls already kind of going, and it's slightly snowing, so already the grass is gonna be dead.
Okay. All right. I'll see. I'll do some test models, but I'm pretty much gonna do the black, the black gravel because I like that. But I might just do black gravel and throw some snow on there.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. But that's what I've been doing for AOS because we'll talk about it when we get to news. That AOS is gonna have a lot of shit coming out in a few weeks. But yeah, that's what I've been gearing up towards. Who wants to take it next?
I have a little story.
Okay.
All right. So, I am going to be playing in an apocalypse game.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the
Apocalypse?
The Red Star.
With Red Star, Jay Benya and Will Anson are hosting.
It's gonna be the Red Starmageddon too.
Yeah, Red Starmageddon. Well, technically they fucked up on the shirt. It's Red Starmageddon 3.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but on the shirt it says Red Star Apocalypse 2.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
This sounds interesting. I hope someone actually films that.
We'll see.
Cool.
I'm trying to get the day off, and as much as I would want to participate in it, I don't think I will because, as we'll get to in the news, that's when the AOS stuff is dropping. Mm-hmm. So I'll most likely swing by so I can pick that up. And if I have the day off, I most likely will maybe do some recordings with some of the players, and we can put it on this. That's what I've been thinking about.
Yeah, okay.
So
John?
So, Red Starmageddon, number 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2,000 points, 15 players on each side of good guys versus bad guys.
Ooh.
So originally,
mm-hmm.
I was gonna go with my Alpha Legion.
Mm-hmm.
It was gonna be my 3 Havoc squads that I always throw in my Alpha Legion list, no matter what the list is.
Yeah.
And then it was gonna be Plague Marines, Thousand Suns, Noise Marines, and Berserkers, because Alpha Legion can do that.
Yep. You right.
And then Knights was getting really close, and I was like, you know what? Fucking good guys are going to have Knights. They're going to have a lot of Knights. They're going to have a lot of Knights with really good rules. I need something that can take down a Knight. Probably a little bit better than my 3 Havoc squads, which could probably do the job.
It could. With some good rolls.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I've had this fucking Lord of Skulls for like a year in the box. And
I get it because, I've done that with a couple of things, but I don't get how that model specifically, because I've looked at that model. I've seen that model up close, and it's such a fucking cool looking
It is.
model.
It's a great looking thing. It looks so great that I needed it.
Is this when they have that big old tank on the back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the one that has the big blood tank in the back.
I bought this before the
sniper
chicken.
shot that thing's out.
Yeah, I bought this box before the chicken leg upgrade kit even came out. So I've had it for a while.
There's chicken leg.
Yeah, you definitely had this before 8th edition.
So I was like, you know what? This thing got a punch redux in 8th edition.
Mhm.
I don't know how good it's going to be against a knight, but I'm going to build it. I'm going to fucking play it. So I fixed up a few things on my list to make room for it.
Okay.
So now it became an Alpha Legion list with a Lord of Skulls.
Okay.
So then Jay was like, you know what? I don't want anything to get crazy, so everybody gets 10 command points no matter what detachments you take.
Okay.
And so, like, if you have something that steals command points or refunds them when you use them on by rolling the die, you start off with 5.
Okay.
Anybody else starts off with 10.
Okay.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? That doesn't affect me at all. The next update was like, you know what? No more detachment restrictions. Take what the fuck you want.
Open war, baby.
Was that because not a lot of people were... There was more Imperium players than Chaos players, or just...
Yes, and I will get to that in a minute. So I was like, you know what? Fuck my whole army. I'm taking a Lord of Skulls, a Lord of Change, a fucking Chaos Baneblade, and a Renegade Knight. 2,000 points in those 4 models. That's my new army.
And just to give you a little insight, I've had John's Zinch stuff. So he gave me a whole bunch of Zangor, some Skyfires, and he was like, here's some Rubric Marines and here's some Rubric Terminators. And I was like, okay, what do you need for that tournament? And he's like, I need Rubric Marines. And I'm like, okay, I need the heads, because you didn't give me the heads. I need the arms, because you didn't give me the arms. And I need the guns, because you didn't give me anything. You gave me bodies. Painted gold. And I'm like, I'm going to have to repaint those blue, because I want the blue to be the mainstay, and then I'll recolor the gold. And and like last time I checked, I was like, John, which was a few days ago, I believe. I was like, John, I still need that stuff. And he's just like, don't even fucking worry about it, bro. This is my new list. And I was like, why? Just like, I just need big shit. So I was like, all right. So I don't have to paint those just yet. I still have a little.
Yeah.
I still have a little bit of time on that commission. But
so my hobby progress is actually going to be finishing up the Sword of Skulls, finishing the paint job on my Lord of Change.
Okay.
The Bainblade's already painted. And getting at least my Renegade Knight tabletop ready. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's not gonna be fucking primed either. It's gonna be tabletop ready. At least the 3-color minimum. So that right there is my hobby progress. But today, Jay Vanya put up on Red Star on the Facebook page. The forces of chaos are so heavily outnumbered. It's like 13-9.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jay's like, hey, since chaos is so outnumbered, we're gonna put up a Warhound Titan, which is 2,000 points. He goes, for anybody who wants to play chaos and doesn't have a chaos army.
I might join in on this.
And then he goes, and we're gonna put up another Titan, not the big Titan, but the middle Titan, which might be the Warhound. I'm not sure.
No, the Warhound is the smallest of them.
Okay.
And then it's the... Oh, fuck. I don't even remember. Maybe Mark can do that. I think I do.
I think this is your phone. No, that's my phone.
No, my phone's right
Oh,
here.
Yeah, that's your phone.
All right, well...
Sorry for the disruption, ladies and gentlemen, while we figure this out.
Yeah, we're not very...
We don't know a lot
prepared.
about Titans because we're poor.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Forge World stuff, I want to do a Forge World Order. I floated this idea to these guys that were right here, and I was like, July 12th is just so happens to be John's birthday, and I'm like, I could probably get him something from Forge World, and next year is the year of Heresy. Heresy's gonna be with me in a big bad way, and we'll get to that in just a bit.
Okay, here we go. So, the Warhound Scout Titan is 2,000 points.
Okay.
Anybody who does not have a Chaos Army can pay the entry fee, which is $10. Which the whole entry fee collection goes towards prize giveaway.
Okay.
Random prize giveaway. Okay, so for $10 you get 2,000 points like everybody else, and you get a Warhound Scout Titan.
Okay.
Or for $20, essentially buying 2 entrances. If you don't have a Chaos Army, you can play a Chaos Reaver Battle Titan, which is 4,000 points.
Ah, okay. The Reaver is the one that I always think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just so that anybody who needs to know and doesn't know, the Chaos, or not Chaos, but, the Warlord Battle Titan is 6,000 points. That's the biggest of the Titans. The one with 37 guns on its shoulders, plus all the other guns.
Oh, yeah.
So he goes, if you buy 2 entrances, you'll get 4,000 points. And you get a Chaos Reaver Battle Titan. So I immediately sent Jay a text. I was like, fuck my army. I'll pay an extra $10 and get that fucking Reaver Titan. And he was like, he says, well, I'm trying to get more people to your side. He goes, but if nobody wants it, it's all yours. And I'm like, fuck, I hope nobody wants it. Like, just fuck everything that I've been planning and building and painting. I want that Titan. Even if it's just for this one day.
I'm going to try to see if I can get that day off.
And then he'll play that.
And then I'll fucking pay $20 to play a Warhound Titan. Or I'll pay the $30 to get the 6,000 model. Be like, come get some hoes. But that sounds really cool. I'm glad that Jay's doing something like that. I'm really, really hoping that I can get the day off. Because it's at Grimdark, which is where I plan to get my AOS box from. So
Grimdark has quickly become my favorite place.
Yeah. Just for the fact that, I mean, would I much rather it be its own thing? Like, in its own place?
Yeah.
Yes. But where it is, for a lot of people, is super accessible. They can most likely bring their families because they can go play, and like the family can go explore the mall or go to the movies at the Bijou and things like that.
For those of you listening who are not in our city of San Antonio, Grimdark Games is inside a mall.
Yes. So, and it's
right next to the food court.
And
awesome.
Yeah, and food court also has a bathroom. If you want to know more about a bathroom story, go ahead and listen to City Podcast about a couple episodes ago, and I'll talk about an embarrassing story there. But Grimdark hosting that game. If you are in the San Antonio area, go ahead and check it out. It is going to be June 30th at Grimdark, so go ahead and go to the Red Star page. It should be an event there. Go ahead and check it out. Support Chaos if you can, so that there's more people there.
We really need the help.
Yeah, because they're heavily outnumbered. And I was even thinking, like, if I do the tournament, I was going to ask you, like, could I just borrow, like, a whole bunch of shit and, like, just make a 2,000 point list? I'll play Chaos, even though...
Yes, you can.
Even though I don't play Chaos, I'm an Imperium player, I don't want it to be superly heavily outnumbered where, like, Imperium's just going to whip ass. Like, I want it to be an actual game.
I'm kicking myself internally for saying this because of something I just read.
Uh-huh.
But you could just play your Dark Angels on the Chaos.
Fuck you.
It's the fallen.
You're fucking... You and your goddamn ilk can all burn in hell.
Like, you were just talking about how you love Dark Angels so much, but you're not a tournament player.
Yeah.
So I went to 4D-chan or whatever it is to look up competitive Dark Angels lists. And, the first thing it gives you on any army is the pros and cons to playing an army. And on the cons list was you'll have to quietly fume while your opponent makes a trader joke every other turn.
Yeah, I just fucking roll my O's at this
just read
point.
that 10 minutes before we started this podcast.
Fucking.
That's why I'm like, fuck, I'm about to make a trader joke.
Oh, you fucking uncultured swine. Don't know anything about The Rock. Luther's the traitor, not us. But, yeah, we'll see what happens on that day. Mark, do you have any hobby progress?
Not a whole lot. Nothing's really gone on.
Okay.
But here's the thing. The
Okay.
only thing, I think the last I said I was just building.
Mhm.
I'm still on that building kick.
All right.
That's
That's hobby progress, baby.
I spent literally just one whole day of just building.
Mhm.
But it wasn't necessarily building for myself.
Uh-huh.
It was mostly just to build for my girlfriend.
And what is the girlfriend playing?
I'm building up the Rubik Marines.
Mhm.
So she wants to play Thousand Suns.
Okay.
So I got her that.
What made her choose Thousand Suns?
She looked at it. I told her to look at the stuff and just pick whatever she thought looked cool. And she's leaning more to chaos. She was like,
Smart
"Oh man,"
girl.
she's like, "These Egyptians, they look fucking cool."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Ooh, you're hurting me, but you know what? It's not a bad choice."
Yeah.
Because she's just not. I was like, "They're all right.
Uh-huh.
I like the color blue. Looks
Mhm.
nice."
Okay.
And after that,
That's why
see,
we're
and-
not married.
And see, this is why this next part even hurt me even more. Because she's like, I was just showing her. I was like, "Oh, look, check out these sorcerers. You can play sorcerers and shit like that." She's like, "Okay, that's cool." And she's like, "What are these?" And then she grabs the fucking thing of Plague Marines. And I was like, "God damn it. Not the Death Guard."
Not the
Anybody
Death
but
Guard.
the Death
Yeah, I'm tired of Death Guard, to be honest with you.
And she's like, "Oh man, these zombie-looking dudes look cool." And she sees more and more, and she's like, "Oh man, I really like all these like pus-looking dudes." And I was like, "Oh my god, Emperor help me."
The Emperor protects. The
Yeah.
Emperor protects.
So she's more leaning to the chaos stuff. And,
Okay.
I picked up a box of demon sluts.
Mm-hmm.
The
Ooh.
starter set. That so I basically built a good amount of the Rubik Marines without their heads. We primed maybe 2 of them because I didn't get to the. I had to stop. I couldn't put the arms on.
Okay.
And then, but I fully built the 10 squad of the Demonettes.
Okay.
They're all primed.
Nice.
The legs of my Scutari are on their bases, and then all the bodies, not all the bodies, but maybe like 6, 7 spruefuls of Scutari have been clipped off and cleaned.
Okay.
So I have 20 guys.
Okay.
I have 18 dudes glued down to the base with all the cloaks glued down.
Okay.
One dude has maybe the gun options. But
Okay.
I have to go and prime those, and then do the painstaking thing of painting the undercoats
Mm-hmm.
underneath the robes, and then getting the legs. We're basically painting the legs, and then under the coats, and then I can glue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
As I keep looking more, because I go on Reddit,
Mhm.
especially on the Adeptus Mechanicus subreddit
Yeah.
that I'm on. And there's every once in a while, maybe like once in 2 or 3 months, you'll see a post saying like, "These guys are just fucking forever to paint." So I have 20 of those. I have more sprues to go through. I have about 40 just troops waiting to be built, and with the new Secutari
Mm-hmm.
that are coming out, I'm trying to weigh my options. I can build, because originally I was going to build, I think 10 or 20 Rangers and then 20 Vanguard.
Okay.
And right now I'm still trying to weigh out the pros and cons of if I want to get those two other ones.
Yeah, we're gonna get you that because we have a lot to get you in terms of news and stuff like that. But what else with your
That's pretty much it.
just
It's
just on the
I
build
just
kit?
built and primed, and I wanted to prime more today,
Mhm.
but it's been weirdly humid in certain areas.
Yes.
And some places got hit with rain, some didn't. I haven't seen a drop of rain,
Mhm.
so I basically put everything off the side because I was like, we're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
I fucking swear, because I'm over there by Calabria in 1604.
Yeah.
Over there on Bandera in 1604, got hit with rain.
Mhm.
On our side, dry. It's just dry and hot. On the Bandera 1604 side, hot and humid.
Mm-hmm.
Like it rained and it's like you walked into someone's balls. So I didn't get the primer. I didn't prime, but I'll probably after work after this I'm probably gonna go. I think I could buy. Can you buy spray paint at Walmart real quick?
I don't know.
I don't think you can buy anything at Walmart real quick.
Well,
you have to find somebody that'll open it up for you.
I'm gonna stop by real quick and ask. If I can't, I'll just do it tomorrow.
Oh, fair enough.
To get what?
To get primer.
I get this. I
think there's a can of primer up there. Not that our audience can see, but
I have some, but the one I want because it doesn't clog up. It doesn't clog up a lot of detail. Was this matted black that I got from work one time, and just a couple of spray. Like sometimes I lay it on a little thicker, or I'm not paying attention, and I leave it to a certain place, and it'll cake on. I did it with this one, and I still had like detail, like badass detail on there.
Yeah, and that's that Krylon matte black, right?
I saw it's like $3-4.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, don't waste your fucking time with any of the Citadel shit. It ends up just being way too much, and it can fuck up your models because it's very finicky. So yeah, a lot of people are just using Krylon or just like the.
I used the white for the Demonettes and the Rubik Marines. I was really worried. Girlfriend got it down. Like I let her prime some stuff, and she fucking did it like a master. Like me, I'm just like, this guy do it. But she was like, boom, boom, boom. I was like, man, this got the touch.
You got touch.
You got the power, now prime my other models.
Please. Crying.
So yeah, and she was working with the white primer, the Corex white.
Yeah.
And that one's a pain in the ass.
That one is a pain in the dick.
If you don't meet all its requirements, that primer's gonna be like, fuck you.
You're right. The fucking white primer's a bitch. Even on an airbrush, because I don't do any of the primers, the spray cans, just because it usually is fucking humid here in San Antonio. Yeah. If you don't know, we have year-round humidity. So it wasn't a big deal for me to just like, I can never fucking prime. So fuck it. Let me just buy an airbrush. I started doing the airbrush priming. And that's been really cool. That's been working out for me really well. But I know that fucking spray cans do it real quick, and I can just. Plus, I hear that spray can is better for resin because it's a thicker kind of coat than an airbrush would for resin. So probably when I do heresy, because we're gonna get to that. Your girlfriend's falling down a rabbit hole I can't condone. I even sent a video. And I just sent the video because of the title. Yeah. And then
because you wanted her to learn up about
everybody says Magnus did nothing wrong.
And she's in that category.
Yeah, and she's full of shit. I'll tell her to her face. It doesn't matter. Because he fucking did everything wrong in that. If you actually read that book, 1,000 Suns, you're like, how is he so fucking confident, overly confident about everything he does, but he missteps on everything. Every fucking decision is bad with him. Just because he's super prideful, he's like, nah, I know best. Don't worry about it. Nah, fuck off. I know best.
It's the what she'll argue is like, he gave him these psychic powers and told him not to use these psychic powers.
Yes.
Why would the Emperor do that?
Well, the Emperor has a... The whole thing is that the Emperor had a plan for him. Okay. Like, the Magnus was supposed to be pivotal in the fucking Webway. He was supposed to be pivotal in the Webway as well as, like, the Golden Throne. Like, some people were saying, like, oh, he was just going to trick Magnus and Magnus was going to be on the Golden Throne. I don't think he was ever going to really do that. Because I think even the Emperor knows, like, Magnus's limitations. But Magnus is a type of fool that's like, I'm totally getting on that Golden Throne, and I'm going to fucking show you I'm the man, even though the first thing he did is like, oh, I can't fucking fix my legion. Let me go make a deal with a demon. And he was like, all right, we'll solve it. But you know what happens? And the demon even told him, I'm going to come back for these guys. And when it does, you can't do shit about it. He was like, yeah, whatever.
A Magnus.
A Magnus. Look at these nipples. And fucking...
Once.
And then when shit starts going down, and then when the demon's like, now's the time I'm going to take all your fools, he's like, don't do it. He starts crying. It's like, bitch, you knew what was going to happen. From the beginning, you knew what was going to happen. So there's a whole bunch of shit that happens there, but the reason he didn't he told him not to use that is because the Emperor wanted him to show him, like, how to use the warp in the correct way, how to use psychic powers. Magnus was like, oh, he showed me everything. I don't need him anymore. Like, I've surpassed him. He showed me everything he knew. And I'm only fucking 16 or whatever, however old he is. I'm only 4 years old. So that was the whole thing. It's just his pride that gets in the way of everything. So Emperor knows this. He's like, look, this can be something good that I can harness.
I think it's the whole victimhood of it.
Yeah.
Like, he's just being shit on by everybody.
Yeah.
And when I was listening to, because I was listening to the Council of Nicaea thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good fucking chapter.
Yeah. So I'm listening to some of it, and then you kind of figure out, like, it's kind of hard when you have this psychic powers. Like, I didn't fucking ask for this. I didn't ask to have psychic powers.
Yeah.
You gave them to me. I'm trying to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your other brothers. And I got fucking smelly ass Mortarian over there.
I don't like you.
I never took a bath.
A what?
Yeah. He's like, my only fucking true bro here is fucking... It's fucking Logar. Everybody hates Logar.
Everybody hates his golden ass, which, honestly, in that book, I learned to love Logar. I was like, hey, but Logar's not a bad guy.
Logar did nothing wrong.
Yeah, he's just the Urizen, baby. Come on.
And then you got fucking Mortarian hating on me. You got Lehman Russ, the fucking...
The asshole.
The asshole of the whole group.
Why did...
Fucking hating on me.
Just to interject, everybody that says like, oh fuck, continue because I got to think on this.
Okay. And then I was surprised. I was trying to hear like the other Primarchs who were like against him at the same time, because I know it wasn't like a 50-50 split like the fucking Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
It was like a weird hodgepodge of people you didn't think would like agree on it.
Yeah.
Against it. They're like, even Rogel Dorn hated him. I was like, damn, okay. Cool. I was like, and he's supposed to be the kind of like,
Yeah, I fucking build fucking badass walls.
I build badass walls. I don't fucking deal with psychic powers over here.
It's fucking
but now
bullshit.
He's like, psychic powers not behind these walls.
Honestly, there's a really cool short story that involves Garo after the Flight of the Eisenstein, where he's tasked by not Malahurst. I always get Malahurst and Malkador. Yeah, there you go. I always get them confused because they're so fucking similar. Malkador sends Garo and he's like, hey, I need these guys. You gotta go. He sneaks onto a ship. He later finds out that it's fucking Rogel Dorn's ship, and Rogel Dorn finds out and he fucking punches him again. Because if we read Fly the Eisenstein, he nearly kills him there. And the whole thing is, he's just like, dude, I need these psychers. Like, I need them. I need these librarians. And Rogel Dorn's like, I can't, bro. Fucking Council of Nicaea. And like, there's a really cool part where like the librarian's like, I just gotta do what my Primarch says. Like, he's just like, he knows best. I'm gonna do it. And like, Rogel Dorn's like, fuck, man, like, I'm sorry, I gotta fucking just lock you up here because I can't fucking... Because the Emperor just said no, like, you can't use them.
Yeah.
And, like, Rogel Dorn's just, like, so fucking, like, yeah, I just gotta do this. Like,
Daddy told me to do this.
Daddy told me to do it, I gotta do it. And, like...
I gotta do what Dad wants.
Yeah, you can see, like, fucking Rogel Dorn's like, fuck, man, I just want to cry and fucking... Come on, dude. Like, well, fucking... You can fucking smite anybody you want, man. But... fucking Daddy's just like, you fucking using psychers.
Nah, Dad, nah.
No, Dad Just
it came over here and he borrowed a cup of sugar, and I just so happened to have. What was I gonna do? Not give him sugar?
yeah, man.
You got it, you know.
Yeah, they said they were gonna bring back some Kool-Aid. We're gonna have a little fucking tiki party. It's gonna be awesome.
Look, you gotta admit, Dan, tough times. Tough times.
Hey man, just because it's grim dark doesn't mean we can't have fucking luau every once in a while. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're invited, Dad.
Once again, sorry. But, yeah, so that was the whole thing. So
Yeah.
Just the whole thing is she's jumping on that train.
Yeah.
She's on the chaos path.
Yeah.
And it's my bad for showing up the demonettes.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing, I don't know if I could sell her on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she could sell it on herself. If she's like, oh man, these fucking corn blood letters are just, damn.
They're calling my name.
Yeah, then that just fits like the whole foursome of just like, I'm just gonna fucking play chaos now.
She's chaos undivided.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember I was talking to John that I had an interesting point about everybody hating someone and another Primarch, while that Primarch is the exact same as Lehman Russ and everybody's on Lehman Russ's nuts.
Like they like Lehman Russ?
Yeah, like everybody loves Lehman Russ. They're like, he's the fucking man. He's gonna be there when all the shit goes down. He's gonna fucking kill everybody. And
Traitor?
no, it was another. I think it was Gilliman. Yes, it was Gilliman. It's like
yeah, everyone shits on probably Gilliman because Ultramarines.
Exactly, but why? If you just look at their ideology.
They're the poster boys of. That's all it is. They're slapped on the.
Yeah,
Warhammer.
I guess.
That's because they're Boy Scouts and nobody likes Boy Scouts.
But then,
the fucking.
The thing is, Rogue Adorn's like the biggest Boy Scout of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he still has that cool niche of the pain glove.
The pain.
Pain glove.
The pain glove brings everyone in. The pain glove doesn't judge.
But my thing is that that Gilliman and Lehman Russ are pretty much the same fucking thing. They're the same person. The only thing is that
Russ is the extreme.
They're the two sides of the same coin, because Gilliman is by the rule. He's just by the books. He's just like, look, this is what's gonna happen. I have to do even now with the Indominus Crusade, where he's in the Indominus Crusade. He's like, look, we just have to do this. Like, we have to start fucking being more proactive. Yeah, with Gilliman, like, he's the Boy Scout. He'll do what he has to do. And Lehman is the same exact way. Yeah. He's like, he follows the rules, but he's like, look, we have to fucking break the rules every once in a while. Let's fucking do this. The only thing is, he fucking has a big sword and he attacks people. While Gilliman is just like, let's make a gun line and we'll send in, like, we'll send in our assault in after.
It's Gilliman's blandness, poster boy looking that sells it. Mm-hmm. And the reason why Russ will probably get more
chicks.
Yeah, because he's fucking Vikings and I'm the fucking extreme, like in your face.
It's just
I fucking hate Vikings and I hate wolves. So that's why I hate Space Wolves.
Hey man, there's no wolves on Fenners. Whatever. That whole thing with everybody shitting on Gilliman, I think is completely fucking. It's overblown. People need to cool their shit. But again, it's fanboys that tell people to go die, that are complaining about Gilliman and fucking jack off to Russ, a wolf dude. Anyways, let's get back into. So you're done with hobby progress, I'm assuming. All right. All right. Well, as you can see, this episode really went nowhere. we thought we would like have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Turns out none of that came through. But we're gonna at least cover the news before we get out of here. So in terms of news, for me, of course, AOS.
New news.
Yeah.
New news. New news.
Awful, just awful. But when it comes to AOS, you can go ahead and pre-order it. Pre-orders actually started today.
Of course, when y'all hear this.
Yeah, when y'all hear this, y'all still have time because y'all are going to have an extra week. Everything will be out on the 30th. It is not only just the new AOS edition. It's gonna be 4 kits, 2 of the Stormcast and 2 of the Nighthaunt. They're gonna be push fit. They're going to complement what you already get in the new box there. There's also going to be the General's Handbook. There's also the Special Edition General's Handbook that has little tokens and things that you can use. There's command dice. There is dice specifically for terrain. There's going to be the big daddy of them all, which is going to be the Malign Sorcery. It's going to be $75, I believe. It's going to come with something like 24 endless spells that you build out.
Woo!
And you
Endless spells!
So yeah, endless spells are a new thing. Purple Sun, the Purple Sun of Shaiish is gonna be back.
Coffee.
Yeah, coughing. Is gonna be roaming around. The endless spells, or you can summon it. Once it's on the table, you get to have priority of it. Then your opponent can do it on his turn, and just goes back and forth. But it roams around the whole battlefield. There's also portals in which some of these endless spells can go through, so you can set up different portals like near your enemies, and bloop, and go through them.
Roman, that I'm gonna play my 40k Zinch in Age of Sigmar and just have so many magicians on the battlefield that I summon every endless spell in one turn.
And I told him that's not the way it goes. But another thing about that, if you do want to get a jump on AOS 2.0, go to I believe it's ageofsigmar.com. It's their new website. Go there. You can download the new rules set. It's 20 pages. You can just get a PDF. I suggest you go through that. I've been going through it in preparation, kind of seeing different things that are going on there. But that's what's going to be happening for AOS. Like we said, the Knights are already out from last week or 2 weeks ago. That's pretty much it, I believe, for new releases.
You can also go for your Knights. You can go to shapeways.com and get some alternate pieces for your Knights.
Yes. There is a couple that I can suggest. I believe there's one called Comrade, if I'm not mistaken. I'll try to get it and put it into the links below so that you can check them out. It's one that specifically does Knight upgrades. And then I don't know if Pop Goes the Monkey is one of the bigger sellers on Shapeways. I don't know if he does any Knight stuff. I know he does a lot of infantry stuff, so check out Pop Goes the Monkey, but you're going to have to go on Shapeways. There's a lot of stuff to go through there, but some stuff that you can really, really use for some sweet conversions. Is that all for new releases? I believe so. But before we go, we got our resident AdMech guy here. And starting up again. So you were bringing up that you're going back and forth because Forge World just announced that they have the Sectari, Secutari, that they're going to be porting over to 40k. Yeah. So they're going to have some new rules. Why don't you break down some of the stat lines, kind of give us a little insight into it.
Alright, just to give you a little background lore. Secutari are the same thing, kind of like Scutari, except they're more honor guard to the Titan Legion stuff.
Okay.
So these guys are just hanging out while the Titans go and fucking wreck shit. These guys kind of sweep in and clean house.
Yep.
Like whatever that thing can't focus on, they'll focus on later.
Yeah.
So looking at these stat lines, they're kind of the same as the regular Scutari. And then besides those guys, the big thing is the Terrax pattern Termite Assault Drill.
Ooh.
AdMech finally has their transport they've been bitching about. It's so bad. The one thing I don't like about this, it has wheels, because we all know AdMechs have walking legs for everything. Our tanks have spider legs. Our chicken walkers have chicken legs. We all walk.
No. Don't you have those guys?
The servitor robot things.
Well, I convert them to walking legs, too. I just put, like, Flintstones. But, so basically I'll just say the assault drill first, because this is the one a lot of people have. So, for this assault drill, go buy it at Forge World for one transport. Mm-hmm. You can spend almost $100. 75 pounds, which converts to like $99.75.
Yeah.
You could buy this transport.
Mm-hmm.
It will hold. It holds about
20.
I think it's only 12.
12.
Oh.
The thing is, you can hold Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, and Adeptus Mechanicus.
Ooh, bitch.
They also fixed it so you can't take 12 Centurions.
Yes, yeah, you can't take that.
Okay.
But of course, it has 3 different brackets.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10 wound model. So on the first one, it's going to have 8 movement. Weapon skills 4. Okay, I'll just give you the ones that are on there. So weapon skills 4, strength 7, toughness 8, 10 wounds, leadership 8, and 3 save, 3 up save.
Okay.
So on a 6 to 10 wounds, you'll have an 8 movement, ballistic skill of 3, attack of 6, 3 to 5, 6 movement, ballistic skill 4 ups, attack D6.
Okay.
On a 1 to 2, 4 movement, 5 up ballistic skills, attacks D3.
Okay, so more resembling a rhino. Okay. Okay.
So the weapons you can give: heavy flamer, 8 range, heavy D6, strength 5, AP -1, damage 1, automatically hits.
Okay.
You got the melter cutter, 12 range, assault D3,
Okay.
strength 8, -4 AP, D6 damage.
Okay.
If the target hits within half range of this weapon, roll 2 dice when inflicting damage with it, and discard the lowest result.
Okay. So melter roll. Okay, that's the same stat as the Armiger Meltagun.
Oh,
It's
okay.
pretty much the same thing. Yeah.
Cool. Storm Vulture, 24, rapid fire 2, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1, nothing special.
Okay.
Twin Volkite Charger, 15 range, heavy 4, strength 5, 0, 2 damage.
Okay.
And then we got the special Termite Drill. Melee, times 2 strength, -4 AP, damage 3.
So strength 16, -4, damage 3. All right.
Strength 7, so...
Oh, strength 14. Okay.
14. And so after the bearer has made all of his attacks, roll d6 for each model that suffered damage from this weapon, this phase, but does not destroy. On a 2-up, the model being rolled for suffering a mortal wound, and if that model is not destroyed, you can roll another d6. This time, the model suffers a mortal wound on a 3-up.
Okay.
Keep rolling a d6, increase the results required to cause a mortal wound by 1 each time, until the model being rolled for is destroyed or the roll is failed.
Interesting. All right.
So besides from that, you may replace storm bolters with either 2 heavy flamers or 2
Volkite.
chargers. Subterranean assault. During deployment, you can set up this model along with the units embarked with it underground instead of placing it on the battlefield. At the end of any of your movement phases, this model can perform a subterranean assault. Set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from any enemy. Any units embarked inside can immediately disembark, but they have to But they must set up 9 inches away from the enemy. Any models that cannot be set up because of this, there's not enough room, are slain.
Okay. I got you. So it's the mole people. Mole people coming in.
Explodes if this model reaches 0. D6 before moving it. Battlefield before any disembark. On a 6, it explodes, so anyone within 6 suffers D3 mortal wounds.
Ooh, all right.
And then these are designer notes. So this model can be taken in 3 different factions: Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, and Adeptus Mechanicus. Its transport rules and keywords change depending on which there are 3 you choose. Note that if it is from a Space Marine faction, you cannot choose it from. You cannot choose for it to be from the Legion of Damn or the Grey Knight chapters.
Okay.
It can be from other chapters, including Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, and Death Watch.
Sweet.
Also note that is from the Adeptus Mechanicus faction. This model does not have the Canticles of Omniscient ability. But including it in your detachment does not prevent any of the models of the abilities from using it. And when determining It's basically like since it didn't have the canticles of the Omnissiah, some people were scared that if you brought it with you, it would nullify because all Adeptus Mechanicus need to have that.
Okay.
The canticles will pop off.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that, but
Okay.
it'll still let you still do it.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
okay for any army if you take, because you can mix and match as long as your keywords match.
Well,
So if you take one detachment with both Blood Angels and Dark Angels, you get the rules for neither.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people were just freaking out because it's not worded in there,
Yeah.
and so people were just like,
Oh
"It's
my
not
God.
worded there,
Yeah.
you don't get it."
Yeah.
But
So that rule.
they finally fixed that.
Okay, that's
They
cool.
did that with Knights. Like, if you take your 3 Knights for your Mega Heavy Detachment, whatever it's called,
Yeah.
you can make one of them a free blade, and it doesn't cost you your house benefits.
Yeah.
So, this model is 130 points. It's 130 points, and this is a $100 model.
That's cheap,
steep
though.
prices for a transport.
Yeah, like a Rhino is what?
87, I think. 87 points.
87 points, and
Yeah.
then you can buy it for like
40
40,
bucks.
45 bucks.
Yeah.
15 used.
Yeah, you can buy it for like $15, $20
Yeah.
from eBay.
I mean, this is Forge World, so I mean, you're gonna spend $100 on it.
Yeah.
There's another one. I like the Forge World thing. When I was looking at prices, you can get the 3 set for 225 pounds, which is
Save yourself at least $75.
exactly.
But yeah, it's a really cool looking model. I love the way it looks. It was originally a Heresy model, and they just like said like, hey, we can use this as transport for everybody. Yeah. That's why they gave it to everybody. But man, like,
it's kind of cool that you can use it for other factions besides Adeptus Mechanicus too. So, I mean, not saying that excuses it.
Yeah. The price is the price. Like you can't say it's $100.
Forge World,
Forge World.
You're getting what you get.
Exactly. But when it turns in terms of points value, 130 points or 132 points for a transport that doesn't provide like at least Land Raider stats is fucking. That's real steep. Another thing,
for 12 troop capacity.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly looking for a way to get my berserkers across the battlefield safer. And putting 12 of them in 134 transports not very appealing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like the only way that you can like really get them besides a Rhino.
Well, I mean, there's a Forge World flyer that I'm looking at right now.
Raptor.
I don't know what it's called.
Everybody loves that Raptor.
It has a 20 troop capacity.
Sounds like a Raptor. Sounds like that Thunder Hawk Fire Raptor, I think is what it's called. But yeah.
People be loving that.
Especially with Gilliman.
Yeah.
No, that was the thing for a while.
Except for the fact that it can carry 20 berserkers.
I mean, fuck it. Get some Land Raiders.
Yeah, that's
Pay 300 points for a Land Raider that's gonna get blown up.
See, that's the thing.
Fuck. Land Raiders need a fucking points reduction. So do Terminators.
Land Raiders only carry 10.
Fuck it. Carry 10. Just buy a whole bunch of Land Raiders. Do it.
You know you can get a Land Raider for like.
Yeah, exactly. You can get
$20.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
For $5 more, you get a bigger Rhino.
And it's only at the sacrifice of about another 20 squad of Berserkers.
It's so cool. You can take 30 berserkers in a unit, but it sucks that you have no way to transport them.
Hey man, you can't have it all.
Yeah.
But getting to the Sectari.
So you get 2 different ones. The only way to get these guys is if you go on Forge World, you get the upgrade sprues. So that means unless you already have a Scutari box, which is like $40, these things will run you about $31.87 for upgraded sprues. You'll just get their heads, the backpacks, the weapons for about 10 dudes. So you'll get the whole 10 guys.
Okay.
So it's already like another.
Yeah, so it's like $80.
Yeah, unless you got. I mean, if you're gonna do the whole fluff thing where you're just like, I already got my fucking Titan Warhound.
Yeah.
You don't fucking care about these.
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
They're cool. They look really, really cool.
I like.
They're elites. They're like 9 points apiece.
Yeah.
These are both 9 points apiece.
Okay.
These guys have pretty much the same stat lines. The hoplets and the pelotasks. Pelotasks. I don't know how to pronounce them.
All I know is that some of them look like they have shields, and I was like, those look cool.
The hoplites. Those
Okay.
are the ones with the shields. These guys were just kind of like the fluff wise is. They're the short range melee dudes.
Oh my god, they're the breachers.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So basically, the stat lines are movement 6, weapon skills 3 up, ballistic skill 3 up,
Okay.
strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 1, attacks 2, leadership 6, and the save 4 ups. The only difference is the alpha, you get an extra attack and an extra leadership.
Okay.
They get suited up with the arc lance and the arc. Oh, it's just arc lance. It's the arc lance, shooting and melee.
Okay.
The shooting is a 12 range, assault 1, strength 6, AP -1, damage 1.
Okay.
And these guys are just basically like when attacking vehicles, you get damage D3.
Okay. Okay.
For the melee, it's going to be +3 strength, -1 AP, and then damage 1. They have Canticles of the Omnissiah, Omnispecs, Enhanced Data Tailor,
Mm-hmm.
the Cryptopertis Field Generator. Models with this unit have a 5-up involve save. Titan Guard. If your army is Battleforged, the unit can be included in any Adeptus Mechanicus detachment without preventing any others in that detachment from gaining a Forge World Dogma. Note, however, this unit can never itself benefit from a Forge World Dogma.
Okay. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
That's just a little odd, but it's how they're just trying to get it into the regular army without having to deal with any of the Forge World bullshit.
Yeah.
So I got you on there.
Well, no, the Forge World Dogma is the chapter tactics for Mechanicum.
So they can't get anything.
No.
Yeah, because they're kind of...
Listening to you read off the rules, I am wondering why you would even take them.
Yeah. These guys are not necessarily the favorites, and these...
But they look cool.
they look
They look real
They
cool.
look cool.
Oh, fair enough. It's just like breachers. Breachers suck, but they look cool.
Mag invert shields. Models with the mag introvert shields have a 4-up invulnerable save against attacks made with melee weapons. In addition, each time you make a unmodified saving throw of a 6 for a model with a mag invert shield against a melee attack with a melee weapon, the attack unit suffers 1 mortal wound after it has made all of its attacks.
Okay.
So it has Imperium, Admech, Scutari, and Secutari. They're infantry squad, and they are actually elites.
Okay. What about the other ones?
And the other ones, pretty much
Same stat line?
same stat line. The thing is, they have a weapon skill of 4-ups instead of 3-ups.
Okay, so they're a little worse in combat.
Yeah, weapon skill 4-ups, weapon skill 3-ups, 3, 3, 1, 1, 6. It's basically the same thing, except for they have this galvantic caster. When attacking with this weapon, choose one of the profiles below. You have the choice between a Fletcher Burster, which has 24 range, Rapid Fire 2, Strength 6, AP 0, Damage 1, no special abilities.
Okay.
Ignis Blaze, 18 range, Assault D3, Strength 3, AP 0, 1. The weapon can target units that are not visible to the fire.
Alright.
Kinetic Hammer Shot, which has a 30 range, a heavy 1, Strength 4, AP -2, damage 1. And these guys have the same thing: Canticle Omnissiah, Omnispecs, Enhanced Data Tether, the 5-up Involved save, Titan Guard, which is the same thing from last time.
Yeah.
And Blind Barrage. Once per battle, instead of shooting in the shooting phase, this unit can fire a Blinding Barrage. Until the start of your next shooting phase, your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls from attacks made with ranged weapons that target this unit.
Ooh, baby, baby.
And these guys are, once again, same thing like the hoplites.
Mhm.
They are 9 points model. You kind of start off automatically with the basically the carbine pistol and the galvanic caster.
They'll sound better than
Yeah.
the hoplites.
And their elite choices, the Power 4, and the same thing with them. The hoplites are looking a little lackluster. They just look cooler.
Yeah.
These Pelotas do look a little better.
Okay. Yeah. They're a little weaker and they're made for shooting,
And
which
they're basically troop choices. Like
Mm.
you can kind of get like if you want to just shoot people more, might as well kind of just go with the vanguards. You'll get some more shots out of it.
okay.
And put a -1 defense on your
Yeah,
on your
that too.
opponent.
When they get closer, and they're cheaper, 8 points. Range
Okay.
7 points.
It's just this is basically if you just want a little more variety.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is more variety.
I do like the anything that gives you a -1 to shoot at. This I love so. Even though you were saying that the vanguards have that for cheaper, I don't know. I might pick those guys. Just
More bodies on the field.
yeah, just more bodies.
I mean, if you got them, if you had, like I said, got $30 laying around
Yeah.
to throw at them, yeah, you might want to go with those.
And those are specifically troop or are those elite as well?
Those are elite.
Okay.
Troops.
Well, you can have
They're
troops.
They're infantry though.
You can have troops and elites, and would they be? They're two different forms of -1, so you can get them down to -2, right? Because it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same rule.
It's not the same rules. Which as long as they're not the same rule, they can stack. Which you can use them. From what I'm guessing, you can use them to shoot at one unit, and that unit will have a -2. So if there's a really big, scary, shooty unit, or if you're taking on Tau,
Yeah.
just fucking shoot at something really big, and -2 to from that unit.
Well, they skip their shooting phase, right? To get that -1 to shoot at them.
No.
No, that's just like a regular thing they do.
It's a regular thing. To do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like so. You can just fucking get -2 from them. That's fucking cool.
And then I do get battle. They don't get the battle force tactic, but they do get the canticles. So that means get the shout song or whatever.
Mhm.
This is
Do they get the dogma? Do they get the Forge World dogma?
It's the same thing with the hoplites.
So no Forge World
No
dogma.
Forge
Okay,
World
then you
dogma.
can't get a -2
Oh, okay.
because that would be a chapter tactic otherwise.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But they can get canticles. So
Yeah.
give them the shout song or whatever. Just harder to hit.
Yeah,
So -2.
and those have a weapon that doesn't need any line of sight, so that's pretty cool. I mean,
If anything, it'd be cool to get something for them. If
Yeah.
you want more variety.
yeah, it'd be cool just to at least have like a little unit of them.
So maybe that's what I'm grabbing.
All right,
If
fair
I
enough.
do want to get something Forge World from that, I don't want to go that fucking crazy and get a huge, big fucking drill tank.
Yeah.
I don't know. A big old drill tank does not sound cool to me.
I mean, it sounds cool to me because I like all that subterranean shit. I'm fucking a nerd like that, but
I'm the Undermire.
I just watched that movie yesterday.
Yeah, so did I.
god damn it, I'm the only one that hasn't seen a fucking Incredibles 2. All right, well, fucking end on a down note. Go see Incredibles 2, fucks. Oh my god. But yeah.
Go read Warhammer Adventures and not be mad.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking fucks. But yeah, that is today's episode, I would assume. Again, we didn't have really a plan to talk about anything in particular, just shit
I'm
that
just
was on the
glad
mind
we were able to fill up the time without a plan.
without dick jokes.
I was all like, oh, we could talk about knights. And Roman's like, we talked about knights last week. And I'm like, oh, I got
Yeah.
nothing.
Pretty extensively last time. But yeah.
I tried to do some homework.
Yeah, I did a little bit of homework in terms of like what was going to be released. I wanted to talk a little more about like the rule set for AOS, but I think I'm going to save that until I actually play a game of AOS and then actually go in depth into that kind of stuff, and maybe have Mike Blanton, that's a certified AOS guru, and have him come on and explain a few things, little tips and tricks for people that don't know AOS. But until next time, guys, I've been Roman.
Adeptus Silly Namus.
And I'm John.
All right, and like we say at the end of every episode,
Bye.
see you in the warp.
Yeah, warp.
Yeah.
And everybody fucking forgot. Later, dudes.